You didn't finish. You didn't say bye.
We're not finished yet.
You just started the next recording, though.
I did. Because we gotta finish the credits. You gotta give everybody their credits.
No, I'm not arguing that. You just... Never mind. It's fine. It's all good. It's amazing the amount of people that went into this.
It's a big game. Like, this is probably one of the biggest worlds I've played. It was so big.
Yeah,
and
it's like way bigger than the
it's
first
funny
one,
too, because we hardly fast traveled for a lot of that. We explored pretty much the whole map.
Mm-hmm. There was so much more to this one. But I like that they built on it. And I think we talked about that. Like, all of the culture that's just put in here is amazing.
Yeah,
it's like the first one, it's the Nora, the Oseram, the Karja. Whereas this time they added the Tenakth, which had like 3 subcultures. And the Utaru and the Quen.
Yeah, the Quen.
Was there any other ones? I feel like those were the 3 big ones.
Those are the 3.
But like I said, the Tenakth had like subcategories. Like
someone's into like tribal.
There's definitely an anthropologist.
Anthropology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of thinking about it too. It's interesting, religion and how it, like, it shows itself, but not really. Like, there's no mention of like, you know, any of the major religions that are predominant now, right? Like, there's no Islam, there's no.
But there's no like access to ancient records either, right?
You'd think that they would find like, because there's still like relics of casinos. So you imagine that there'd be relics of like, I don't know, pyramids or.
The only reason why there's the relic of the casino is because it's mainly light.
I guess.
Like in technology.
You think there'd be carvings of like in Jerusalem or like.
I mean,
you know,
if
like
you were in Egypt or like the Vatican, like probably, right?
Yeah.
So there's probably some semblance of Christianity or even like Egyptian, whatever.
Yeah, whatever
in those areas, right? It depends too on how developed the world got.
Well, especially like the Quen people, like they searched knowledge, but they like worship the ancestors instead of their god, like the ancestors' gods. You know, like it's just interesting how that came to be. And they probably very intentionally kind of avoided any sort of religion in the game. Like that was probably an intentional choice.
Well, it's because they're creating their own.
Yeah.
Most games don't really dive too much into religion anyway.
They still push some ideas quite strongly.
Well, you're in a world that's like ran by machines. You're gonna start worshiping. There's gonna be some semblance of machine worship in this.
Yeah, and the elements, which is like pretty, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I know Peruvian religion, they believed that the world was made by the sun god and the moon.
Well, yeah.
And then they
most
had
religions have like some sort of semblance of like cosmology.
Well, I feel like we've talked about this before, but it's really interesting to see the creation stories and like where priorities lie. I think I was reading that in Braiding Sweetgrass.
You're welcome.
To give credit where credit's due, but she was talking about First Nations ideology on how creation is versus Christian and how it like points towards what is important, right? Whereas the Peruvians, it's like the sun and the moon was really important. Whereas, you know, in the First Nation creation story, there's Turtle Island and...
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. It makes sense that it's like Ashlyn Birch plays 3 people. That's a huge amount of work.
For what?
It was one actress for Aloy / Elizabeth / Beta. Yeah, it's a big job. Interesting. It's
really.
Like a country version of for the original one. Don't know how I feel about that. There's usually something after the credits too, yeah?
Well, we still have to go back. There might be some dialogue options back at the camp as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the country version.
I love country version. Kasha, Renova, and Nina were all the same person. Oh, this is a big game. They're gonna make a show about it, eh?
Yeah, I saw that.
Aether was the sky guy. Who's Minerva then?
I don't know.
I can't remember what Minerva was.
Dreams I never left. I had courage like the beast.
Where's my phone?
My
Let me look this up.
they never fled.
I can't remember. Where'd it go?
Arms would always reach. You harden with your words. Maybe fear is armor too. My voice is not that strong.
Wait, let's look up what Minerva was, because I can't remember.
Come running from you. I am raindrops in the flood. I am emptiness. I am home. I am lonely in a crowd.
Communications.
But when you hear me, you're
Oh no, that's its position.
stay.
Minerva is the subordinate function of Gaia, tasked with broadcasting the deactivation codes that would shut down the Pharaoh swarm as part of Project Zero Dawn. Minerva also required the construction of a massive communication rays capable of transmitting and deactivating across the world. So who's the best communicator?
Ooh. Borrow.
Aaron.
I guess so.
He's kind of like in everything, right? Could be the Sun King.
Could be what?
Could be the Sun King.
Yeah, but like I said, he's not. I guess we don't have a Karja. So
Yeah.
it could be Avad, or it could
Avad's
be...
our.
It could
Avad's
be...
our Karja.
It could be what's-her-face, too.
He's just got a lot of work to do.
The hunter
too.
person. With the boyfriend troubles.
Nah. It's Avad. Avad's just gotta wait for his nephew to grow up and then he can take over. And
I
then
don't think we
Avad's
have
gonna be
much
like,
time, hey? Until the end of the world, basically. 4 months.
4 months. Well, that took us like 6.
Real time. Just to clarify.
That wasn't 6 months. We've only been playing it for like 3 or 4 months.
Well, it's hard when you're just living life.
This is over 100 episodes long.
Yeah, I think we had 117 hours played on this when I looked last, and we just played 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to look up how much.
It's 120 hours.
120 hours. That's pretty good. Considering like some used to like get 15 hours. Like I think the first Last of Us game was supposed to be like 15 or 18 hours. I mean, this we played almost every side quest.
Yeah, I think the only one we didn't do was like the hunting grounds and the
races.
relic ruins, because you weren't.
Oh yeah,
super into
the
that.
relic ruins I didn't do. I was just not interested in that shit.
You also weren't interested in the Tanakh like hunting thing.
Well, I don't never like the hunting grounds.
No, it wasn't the hunting grounds. It was like to get the armor and stuff, the fighting, because the
What?
machines were really hard.
Oh, the battle arena.
Yes, the arena.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
I bet it'd be fine now. You probably wouldn't have any trouble.
yeah, I can whip through stuff a little faster now. But, I mean, what's the point? Right.
You already have all the armor.
Yeah. So, we'll start the next game at some point, too. Get that going. That was fun, though. I enjoy that.
Yeah, it's good.
I really enjoy the Horizon series.
It's my favorite. I think.
It's your favorite?
I think so.
Did you play Skyrim?
Mhm. I like Skyrim. Don't get me wrong, but I think I like Horizon more.
You might be right. It had a better story.
And I think that's what it is, right? This is very like thought-provoking and just so good.
Deeper.
Mhm.
I think they're making the Fallout show. I think they're gonna probably make a Skyrim show, probably.
You think so?
I
I
think
just
so.
feel like it's so like Skyrim is so open world that there's so many different directions that you could take it.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I think the Fallout has a potential to be a really good show. and they don't have a lot of things they have to cover. Essentially, they just have to stay true to the world, and they'll be fine. They can make any characters they want.
Yeah.
They don't have to follow a character, right? Skyrim's kind of the same way. You can just kind of make a character. As long as you stay true to the world, you're fine.
Okay, going back to our conversation about each component and how it relates to a character.
Okay.
I would argue that we meet each of these people connected to one of the parts. Right? Like, we meet Katalo because we're trying to get one of the components, which was the air one, if I'm not mistaken. We meet Alva because we're trying to get one of the components, which was the earth one,
Demeter.
the seed ones. And then we meet who's it when we meet with Poseidon? Do we meet anyone with Poseidon?
No one. We meet, what's his name?
Yeah, we meet that guy, which is Oseram. But
I think the Quen are your keepers of knowledge, right? They have to be Apollo.
yeah, but they're really messed up.
Yeah, most of the tribes are messed up. I think your Tanakh are probably your Ether.
The air ones.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to think as well because of the subcategories. Like, Katalos is very, like, air-oriented, but if you look at the other Tanakh tribes, they have different
There's
priorities.
like the desert Tanakh, but there's also the air tribe.
Well, and that's what Katalo was, right?
But then there's the lowland tribe as well.
I feel like Katalo, like the air tribe, are very much like on the wings of a 10, right? But I feel like a lot of the other people, the Tanakh, didn't talk, like the other tribes.
They all talk about the wings of the 10 though.
Do they? I do feel
Because
like
even the lowland tribes, it's the chief that's like, the
I do
wings of the
feel
10.
like there's very much like subcategories. Like, you know, there's America, but then there's, you know, like people from New York versus people from Texas, right? Like,
Yeah, no,
there's
but
different
they're
like-
still affected by kind of like the same quotations. Religion, right? They all talk about the wings of the 10.
Do they? Okay. I
Right?
just misremember
They're
that.
all like, that's why they jump into the arena,
Yeah.
right? It's definitely a wings of the 10 thing. Utaro are definitely your...
Well, it's interesting how
Your
they like
Demeters.
remember things too. It just got me thinking at the end when they were talking about Vara, how like seed pouches are for the Utaru to be remembered by, right? Whereas with the Tanakh, it's like tattoos like on their skin to remember.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they remember because they don't write.
I feel like there is a tribe that does that. Is it Maui?
Possibly. Like I think of like what's his face? Like what can I say except? you're
Well, that's what I was
welcome.
thinking. Moana.
That's the one.
Like how accurate is that? Who knows? It's a Disney movie, right?
Yeah. But it's just interesting how they remember. They can't take pictures.
Yeah. But it's definitely a thing I've heard before, even with outside of Moana, about tattooing your deeds on your
On your body?
body, right?
Yeah. Or like remembering.
I like how Kutala wants to tattoo
Varl.
Varl's deeds on his body.
Not Aloy's. Varl's.
Yeah. Not his, Varl's.
Yeah. That hit. That hurt.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I mean, they really hit your heartstrings with Varl. Should have saw that one coming. He's definitely a Sam character.
Yeah.
You have to kill your Sam characters off.
I mean, Sam doesn't die in the Lord of the Rings. Spoiler. Should have said spoiler first, but I feel like it's been how many years?
I feel like it's been over a year. It's your fault for spoilers. Although, it's hard to watch everything now, too.
But Lord of the Rings, come on.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, shame.
It's like those things I've been seeing
Shame.
on like Instagram. It's like, if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, try again.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like Lord of the Rings, try. I think it's funny.
My one friend, we made him watch all the Star Wars movies. He was so sick of Star Wars. He's like, can we watch something different? We're like, no.
No,
You
we'll
have
watch
to
it.
watch all of this.
until you like it.
Yeah. Kept saying, it was like, Game of Thrones is way better. I was like, that's not a movie. That's a show.
Fight me. Wasn't your brother just talking about you started to rewatch Game of Thrones?
Yeah. It was really well done
That'd be good.
to start, but you have to, like, kind of, like this game, you have to maintain it to the end. You can't just half-ass it at the end. And
I feel like
they didn't.
I
I'm a little
remember-
worried about the nemesis bad guy. It's kind of a,
Oh,
for
it's
me
not
it feels like
person.
a stretch. You know?
Yeah. Well, and how do you fight that, right? I guess we have Gaia, who's also...
Yeah. And Hades was kind of like the one, was kind of similar, right? We're basically going back to a Hades villain.
Hades 2.0.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this new bad guy. You'll see. The next game could be pretty intense. Or they're just out of ideas and they've got everything they wanted. Who knows? Right? Who knows?
I do think that, like, we don't have the know-how and the knowledge that the Zero Far Zenith did, but by the same token, the reason why the Nemesis was able to eliminate Farty Zenith so quickly is because it had all of their memories.
Right.
Whereas it doesn't have any memories of Earth
Right.
or of Sobek, or unless he could get into the Focus network and then have all of, you know.
Well, that's the thing. He's like a very intelligent AI that can hack everything, right? It's basically like the devil, quote unquote. Right? Gaia's God. Do you think this is how religion started?
Maybe.
Well, it
Aloy's cheap.
started off as like a pantheon of multiple religions. Eventually came to one single God. But
It
there was
depends on
also
who
the
you ask,
devil.
though. Depends on who you ask, right? Different religions. There are some people who believe in...
Well, a lot of origin, like a lot of religions have some sort of origin, right?
Yeah.
I think the person that came up with this idea was probably thinking about the origin of a religion a lot, and that's why they're so interested in like anthropology and stuff as well.
That is interesting.
Yeah. And why they put elements of like pagan religions in it as well, even though Gaia is like a god character.
I think Aloy is almost as well. Like, she's like Jesus or Muhammad, or, you know.
She's the prophet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's your, I don't know, what do you call it? Prophet,
Yeah. Savior.
savior. She will die for all of our sins. Do you think they'll kill her off in the next one?
I don't know.
Probably should kill her off at some point. Probably need to kill her off at some point. She's too good at everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like she needs to die to save the world.
Well, that's what Sobek had to do.
Yeah.
Well, not even to save the world, but just to save the last few survivors, right?
Yeah. It's the only way. She must die.
Yeah, I feel like she's got such a big name for herself. She's only like, she's essentially worshipped now as a human. So
Yeah.
if she's dead, they can continue worshipping her. She's served her purpose, essentially.
Yeah.
But then it's interesting with Beta, because Beta is Aloy.
Yeah. That's kind of going to be like her.
It's a weird dynamic with Tilda. though.
Daughter,
like, was
right?
she expecting Tilda? Like, was Tilda expecting Elizabeth, like Aloy to become
That was such a weird
like her
storyline.
partner? Like, I don't know what she was expecting. Like, I think she was.
Come with me. No. Then I will kill you.
No, it's not kill you. You'll forgive me in a couple of... She was insane. She's like, I don't want to kill you. Which is probably why she was easier to get than Eric.
Yeah.
She's just trying to force you to leave.
Force me to come with her.
Yeah. And be her, like, lover for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. Obsessed with her.
Yeah.
That's why you can't live forever. Yeah, that was a weird one. Got pretty dark there. You could get darker with the beta thing.
Yeah.
We won't. But you could.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder why she just cut ties off. She could have genuinely been afraid of being caught, but...
She seemed like a spy, so... I feel like...
Yeah, there was just something weird about her.
Spycraft and a bunch of shit going on, and... Yeah,
Well, that's what she
weird that
was
she wanted to kill off the
because that's how she
Zenith.
got so, like... That's how she got so rich.
Yeah. It's weird that...
Right, because it was like, originally it was to detect forgeries, but then it was to collect information. So she was a spy. That was literally how she got rich.
Yeah.
Is by spying. Which would make sense why she's so shady. But I think the reason why she went against the Zeniths is because she was so obsessed with Sobek. And she met Elizabeth. I was curious about it. That's why she went and found the Focus.
Yeah.
Because she's so obsessed with Sobek and then fell in love with this idea of who Aloy was. Like, went through all of her memories to see if she meets the if she met the standard. Because Beta didn't.
Yeah. How does that tie in with the art? And, like, needing to show Aloy the art?
I think she's just, like, obsessive and needing to show Aloy the art. I think it was just to show, like, introduce herself. Because she's trying to seduce her, right? And so, like, it's one of those, like, you know, when you start dating someone, you start talking, like, you share things that you're interested in and kind of talk about yourself. And
Yeah.
so it would make sense that Tilda really loved art.
I feel like there's a deeper meaning than just that, though. Like, yes, that to some extent. But that's like the first thing she showed her. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong.
I just don't have an answer that's deeper, right?
Yeah, I just feel like there's something we're missing.
I just feel like she was mentally unstable and obsessed with Sobek.
Well, definitely, right?
Like, obsessed. So, that was her motivation.
Because what was the first painting?
She
The
was
first
literally-
painting was the actual painting and then the clone of the painting, right?
Yeah. I think so. It was
Which
the
is-
forfeit. But she liked both.
Yeah, she liked both.
Which is why she kept both.
Like,
Which was like...
Elizabeth
I think it might have
Sobek.
just been able to give us background knowledge on her, right? With her... what's the word I'm looking for? Her thing that produced...
But that's like foreshadowing. She's like, she liked Elizabeth. But she also likes the clone as well.
clone. Yeah, I guess so.
Right?
That's interesting. I didn't think of that until you... That's a good point.
So I wonder if there was something like that in each painting. I can't remember what she said about the other painting.
A lot of... Like, there was the prodigal son. We talked about that one. We talked about...
That'd be Aloy, right?
his
Prodigal son? Or is she the prodigal son? I don't think I remember the story properly.
The prodigal son is like the son who's like, give me all your money, Dad, or give me half your inheritance, basically saying, I wish you were dead. And then he goes and spends all of his dad's money on like gambling and prostitutes, and is like working this job that's like super degrading. And he's like, oh, I'd be better fed if I was a servant with my dad. So he goes home and his dad's like, welcome back, you know, and the
Right, the power code son returns.
Yeah.
So you think that's Tilda?
I don't know. I'm just saying. And there was a self-portrait of Rembrandt, and there was a vase. No, the vase that was made by. I don't know what she said about that. It was a lot of Rembrandt stuff, though. There was a ship. There was a ship at sea.
Right.
There was the Roman art, like the horse. Like the first one on the right. There was a lot of Rembrandt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like some symbolism and stuff why they chose those pieces of art.
Well, I think what they said is because it was from her homeland.
Yeah. You might have to go back and rewatch the
Yeah, if you want to.
art one and then just think about it.
Like I said, I do know that she was from Holland, as were the artists, which is why she was particularly interested. Like they were all artists from her hometown.
Right. All right. That was a lot of people.
Yeah, that was like, what, like a good half an hour of...
Yeah. Discover Nemesis, the singularity, the base. Completing main quest.
Ooh, there is dialogue.
Oh, we got 2 skill points to spend. What do we want to spend them on? Warrior?
Sure. Nope. You don't want to spend them on warrior. You don't have enough skill points.
Oh, son of a gun. Congratulations.
On defeating the Far Zenith threat, you are now free to continue exploring and completing any unfinished quests and activities. You can also start New Game Plus from the New Game Plus start point in the base. Thank you for playing the Horizon team.
Oh, I do love that games have started doing the New Game Plus.
We did that with God
of War, right? 'Cause then you replay it with all the gear that you got, because you don't necessarily want to go after the gear every time you play.
Right. Examine Focus. Falls Edge. Thorn Marsh.
What is this?
I don't know. The base.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
one day I'll head back to the Sacred Lands and see Sona again.
Who's Sona?
Tell her what her son accomplished
Oh, right.
and how brave he was.
Let's borrow focus.
That's what we see.
Go back to the Nora and tell him what you accomplished.
Yeah. The person
Varl
you
died.
treated as an outcast for like, what, 18 years of her life?
Yeah.
Go back to Roth's grave.
Oh, is it Beta up here?
Yeah.
Beta's upstairs. I guess everybody else is gone.
Yeah, they're out and about.
What are you up to?
I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have a Festus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
Oh yeah, we have to get Festus again.
Can we talk to Guy? Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's
Oh,
the game
start
plus.
new game
Nope.
Cool.
Do you want to look at, like, your map and see if there's any quests or anything?
No, I think we're done. Unless you want to get at like the rest of the machine things, but
Nah.
Did you need something?
oh yeah, you wouldn't go off either.
I'm surprised you're staying in the base. Thought you'd slink away to one of your workshops.
The capabilities of this facility are adequate for now.
Well, make yourself at home. Yes.
Oh, I got the part I needed.
Nice.
Excellent.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it then.
Can we talk to Gaia?
Yeah, that'd be kind of
Does
nice.
she have something to say? She's like, man, you did a lot of shit.
Gaia!
Gaia! It's been too long.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
But not too long. We only have like 4 months. Yeah, well.
There are some exclamation marks over skills and quests.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 skill points. And we have like some quests, right?
Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done.
Yeah, I think we're
On
done.
to Harry Potter?
Maybe.
Oh, I think it was the collectibles. If you go to the quests, go to the bottom. All the way, collectibles. Click on it.
You want to do these?
No, go down. There's just an exclamation mark on it, because you might have finished one of them. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
there's a
passed
few.
it.
Yeah, got them.
Okay, all done. That's it.
Take a look at the map. Yeah, there's really nothing else to do.
Yeah, we literally finished the game.
Talk to the pitmaster.
Which we've tried like 4 times and it still won't let us. Cool.
There's the new base. We were pretty successful.
Yep.
Chain's great.
Oh, settlement.
Well, I guess we missed a couple settlements.
Cool. Well, I'm not too worried.
Yeah, I'm kind of done anyway.
Yeah.
That was fun though. Like, look, this fucking place was huge. This thing was massive. We may explore Burning Shores.
You think before we go on to the next one?
I don't know. We might have to decide on that. We might come back to Burning Shores later.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could also look to see how much it costs. Like, if it costs an arm and a leg,
Yeah.
then no. But if it's like,
Should we go talk to Varro before we go? Our last thing.
sure.
Where's the way out? Here. Wrong one. I wonder how the next game, like how they're gonna do the next game.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll still have the base or.
There's like the possibility that they fuck it, right?
They fuck the game?
Yeah. I doubt it though.
No, I don't think so. I feel like they're fucking up movies really bad and like TV series, but they're not fucking up games in the same way.
No.
Like video games right now is like, oh, there is dialogue. It's something that they're actually doing well.
No, what's it, Burrow? That's our last thing.
We didn't fall. We stopped the Zeniths. We saved life on Earth. Well, for now, at least. There's another threat coming. I don't know how we're gonna beat it. But we'll face it together.
Do you think so? We'll have a little one running around in the next one?
Oh yeah.
Rest easy, my friend. I'll visit again when I can.
Farewell. Because I don't know when we'll come back to this game.
Yeah, there hasn't been a release for the new one, has there?
This is
Like a
interesting.
release
After
date.
you beat these games, you never really go back to them again.
Unless we do Burning Shore, right?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, through all of our stuff, congratulations. you win a trophy. I'm not gonna give you one,
It'll be like one of the ones on the top screen.
but you have my
Trophy.
gratitude, and you're nuts. That was fun though. I'm glad you joined us for the ride. It was good. So, till next time. Peace.